Alright, so in this video, I want to talk about one of the many double standards we have in our world. Um, there are people that have ADHD or ADD, or some have autism, some have Asperger's, some are just more introverted or extremely extroverted, and through that they seem kind of different than the normal mainstream person. And at whichever point in someone's life with, for example, ADHD, there will be some situations where they get reactions from other people telling them, for example, you need to be more calm, you need to be less direct, you need to be more focused, you need to be less abstracted by tiny little things that no one else will be distracted. And they start to think about their own persona. They start to question themselves, and at some point the pharma industry is gonna jump in and they have the perfect formula to cure this. And in this instance, the person maybe consume uh, Ritalin, because with this they can be more normal. With persons, with people who are affected by Asperger's or whatever, they can run into situations where, for example, someone who really loves sports, or in particular football, he wants to join a football club. And then he applies, he gets taken into the team, and then the first social interactions start. People are harsh, people are direct because it's a sport, because they want to be good, because they're motivated, and they don't mean it in a harmful way. But maybe the person with Asperger's can't really differentiate the different tonality in their voices, or can't really differentiate between in sports communication and outside of sports communication. And in some instances, this could lead to a person that is totally fine in itself, kind of decapsulizing itself from what he or she loves, because they can't really cope with it. But the least amount of time in those instances, the bigger group of normal people or whatever will rethink and question their own behavior, and most of the time they won't really adapt because of one person. And in situations like these, there at some point could also the pharma industry jump in again and tell the people, yeah, we have the perfect solution, just take this and you'll get the tonality better, you'll be more social, less socially awkward, and it will just improve your life. But in essence, all these actions by the pharma industry, and also led by the doctors, because they think, yeah, it's correct to just give some medication to people that seem kind of not normal, leads to many million people just many million people just questioning themselves as they are, and kind of not living like they are, because they can't, because the bigger mass of normal people kind of crushes them into adapting, and in some instances taking medication, because yeah, that's the solution. But if on the other hand you now think about people that are very sociable, and that they exceed in social interactions like no one else, and they have a ritual. Every Friday night they go out, they go and have one, two, three, whatever beers, or drink even harder alcohol, and they go home and they think they had a great experience and it was an awesome night, and they were with friends and it was all social, and so on and so on. And then you have the already long living together couple. Woman, man, married, maybe they have some children in their 40s. Every night when husband comes home, dinner is ready and they drink a glass of wine together. None of them ever questions their behavior. Is it actually normal? Is it actually not kind of harmful? Is it the correct thing to do? No, they think it's a social enhancing thing, and it's just nice, and it's a pleasure to do. Okay, and then there are people that kind of like to smoke. If they smoke just normal tobacco or marijuana, or in some instances some other substances, and they meet with their friends over the weekend or at a concert or at a festival or just being at home online with friends, and they smoke together, and they enjoy their time, and they think, yeah, in some way we kind of harmed ourselves, because drinking alcohol is a bit different than smoking. With smoking, I think you, while doing it, you realize a bit more what you actually are doing. And in the end, you think it was a nice festival, awesome concert, great gaming evening with my friends, and I was fully stoned, and it was awesome. But if you now compare the two, somewhat to say, species of people, where you have the ones born and created with some different aspects to their social behavior, or thinking or talking or understanding, getting drove into an area where they have to consume artificially created stuff to kind of get normal. While on the other hand, you have a whole fucking industry pushing and promoting living your best life while consuming alcohol, or the other niche is not really promoted in public, the smoking marijuana or tobacco anymore, but it used to be, and no one really questions it. In a way, they question the other behavior that is just not accepted because it's not the normal way. And that's just something I thought about recently, because I watched a documentary about someone dealing with Asperger's, and she's she's in uni, and she has to adapt literally in most of the situations. She's using headphones in public transport because other people shout around, because other people watch movies on their phones without earphones. Since when do we do this, or whatever? And in the building, in the uni building, she has to kind of maneuver around in a way that no one touches her. And I know this is kind of severe state, and it's not the normal, you have a bit Asperger's or you have ADD or something like this. But as you see someone adapting this much, that she ends up going home and then staying at home alone because she knows she can't really adapt to the other things. It's just one person completely secluded from society because of the ignorance and non acceptance of people that kind of have a different way of moving around, thinking, speaking, and whatever. And if I think about all those people that are not able to go to work because they just not fit in into this normal view of a working person, and yeah, he does his work, he comes, he goes, he's punctual, and not too too much creating any noise or mayhem. And yeah, you're just probably missing out on people that could exceed every other person that's just normal thinking, looking at their phone, working on the PC, or just drilling the holes how you should without questioning how you could do it even faster or more efficient. You just kind of cut off an extremely valuable asset of Earth because the majority is just kind of stupid. Anyways, so yeah, in this video I just wanted to talk about the double standards regarding medicating people that actually kind of are completely fine while engaging or yeah, supporting a behavior where you kind of create a complete nightlife around and experiences around, led by drinking alcohol or consuming other substances that kind of show that you're not really who you want to be, because if you would be, you wouldn't have to experience those moments while intoxicated. Whatever. There are also people that are able to live those moments while drinking or doing whatever, and without doing it. I mean, not everyone is the same. Uh, I'm not generalizing anything, but it's just a thought. Um, as always, I'll put the Discord link down below, because this Discord is kind of just there for people who want to talk without a filter, who want to talk without having to pay attention how they talk, because why would we have to? And if they have any questions or whatever, you can just join, and that's everything. So as always, peace.